General Hospital recap May 16th. Lulu's DNA proof. Isaiah overhears dirt. Curtis accusation. General Hospital spoilers and recaps note that the Friday, May 16th episode was explosive. If you missed today's show, no need to worry. CTS has you covered. Lulu Spencer is relentless in her pursuit for the truth. General Hospital spoilers and recaps reveal that Friday's show will pick up where the Thursday, May 15th episode. Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens-Bruning, will be at the coffee shop with Cody Bell talking about how she believes Giovanni Gio Palmieri is Dante Falconeri and Brooklyn Quartermain Chase, Amanda Sutton's son when BLQ and Gio walk in. Gio questions if they are talking about him, and Cody is able to recover by saying they were chatting about Rocco Falconeri's Finn Carr alcohol poisoning. This is when Gio apologizes for not calling either Lulu or Dante. Lulu says it's just good that Rocco is okay. BLQ pipes up and defends Gio. After all, Rocco may not have survived had Gio not brought him back to the Q mansion for Cody to realize his breathing was labored. BLQ and Gio get coffee and then say goodbye. After they exit, Lulu just can't shake if Brooklyn knows that Gio is her son and lying, or if she has no clue. The two seemed mighty close while they were getting coffees. Lulu and Cody banter back and forth, as Lulu explains why she thinks that Gio is Dante's long-lost and unknown son. When she looks into records, she finds that a Brooklyn Chirulo gave birth to a baby boy on May 15th, but can't seem to pinpoint Joe's birth in L.A., according to his June 4th birthday, which makes sense, as fans know that Lois Chirulo Rena Sofer gave him that birthday to throw people off. Lulu seems relentless in her pursuit of the truth, so will she eventually realize that a DNA test is the only way to go? It would be fairly easy to pull off. Rocco Falconeri apologizes. Over at the Q mansion, Gio and BLQ arrive home just when Rocco walks into the kitchen. Rocco thanks Gio for taking care of him during the whole beach party fiasco and sets the record straight. He apologizes to the violinist and tells him that he told his father the truth and that Gio wasn't to blame. Unfortunately, Dante is still mad at Gio though. Gio accepts Rocco's apology and just wishes he had done more. He also advises the teen not to allow him to get between what Rocco has with Dante. It's a special father-son bond and should be protected. After Rocco leaves, BLQ commends the young man for doing the right thing. Gio goes on to say that he needs to accept the fact that Dante doesn't like him. Brooklyn thinks this will all calm down eventually, but Gio gets emotional and says he doesn't care what Dante thinks of him and storms out. Drew Kane's Quartermain name deal. Over at the Q's dock, Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, meets Drew Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, to talk about ridding Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, from Port Charles. Tracy makes it clear that she's happy to work with him but wants Ezra Boyle, Daniel Cosgrove, out of the equation. Laura Collins, Jeannie Francis, is good at her job, plus, she's Lulu's mom, and Tracy doesn't want to do anything to ruin her run as PC's mayor. The two fight over this point, and no resolution is made. Drew does come up with a stipulation, though. If he gets rid of Sonny, he wants his Quartermain name back and approval to be on the estate. Tracy okays the name part, but he's going to have to get Monica Quartermain's, Leslie Charlson, approval regarding the property. It's simply not her call to make. Tracy storms off to the main house and runs into BLQ looking solemn. The two have a chat, and Brooklyn reveals it's her baby boy's birthday today. This prompts Tracy to offer her some good news. Lulu has agreed to drop her adoption story, which is the case, even though Lulu is not dropping her Gio investigation. Brooklyn is relieved. She didn't want Lulu to take things too far and disrupt her son's life by finding him and telling him the truth. Carson talk child custody hearing. Across town, Sonny swings by Carly Spencer's, Laura Wright, house to drop Donna Corinthos, Scarlet Spears, off. The conversation quickly turns to Wiley Corinthos's, Byron Weaver, and Amelia Corinthos's, Sequoia and Serenity Mork-Macco custody case. General Hospital recaps remind fans that Michael Corinthos, last played by Chad Duell, and Willow Tay Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, divorce hearing was moved up to June 2nd. Carly explains that this is all because she asked Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, to schedule it early and didn't realize how early the courts would do so. Sonny is concerned about Michael leaving treatment early to ensure he's there. However, Carly fills her ex-husband in on her plan. She's decided to keep Michael in the dark about the hearing, and Diane will petition for an emergency custody order. Considering Drew was caught on video doing the deed with Willow on the floor of his daughter's playroom, plus his recent ketamine scandal, there's no way a judge would give Willow full custody. The plan is that when Michael wins custody on June 2nd, the kids will come to Carly's until their dad gets better. Still, Sonny reasons that Michael may be upset that Carly pulled this all behind his back. Carly retorts that it'll be all worth it if she can protect her grandchildren. Sonny replies that if Michael loses his children over this, she may also lose her son. Meanwhile, Willow meets up with Isaiah Gannon, Swandy Wilson, at the 2025 Nurses Ball studio to rehearse their act. Of course, the two start talking about Willow's divorce drama. Isaiah is still skeptical about Drew and his intentions. However, Willow defends him. Still, Isaiah does note that while he doesn't know Drew, he knows Willow, and she has a very kind heart. After their rehearsal, Isaiah heads back to the hospital but tells Willow to trust her gut about things. As Willow stands in the studio alone, Sonny pops by. He has a proposition about the custody agreement with Michael. He asks Willow if the two of them can talk, without lawyers, Drew, or Carly, and come to some sort of peaceful agreement. Wait, what did Portia Robinson just say? Over at the hospital, Ava Jerome Mora West drops by and visits Portia Robinson Brooke Kerr. Ava assumes that Portia is doing better in light of the Drew ketamine scandal, but Ava assumes wrong. Portia tells her that Drew is doubling down on his blackmailing threats. In fact, she's worried that if she continues to try and sway Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, to Drew's demands, he's going to think something is up. Ava encourages her to come clean, but Portia reminds Ava that Curtis divorced Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, due to lies, and she's been lying for a long time about Drew. In discussing this, Portia loses her cool and yells something about Drew blackmailing her and that she's lying to her husband, just as Isaiah walks by her office. He clearly heard Portia yelling, but did he hear enough to run back to Willow or anyone else? Nina Reeves turns to Carly Spencer for help. In other news for the May 16th episode, Nina Reeves' Cynthia Watros visits Curtis at his Aurora office, and the two start talking about Drew. This is when Curtis tells Nina that he believes the cutthroat congressman is blackmailing Portia. Nina tries to deflect this, as she knows he is, and she's in cahoots with Portia to bring him down, but Curtis doesn't waver. Nina is also frustrated with the fact that Wiley